Hey, love bugs. Welcome to Love Grind. I'm glad that you joined me tonight. If this is your first time here, we are a podcast about love addiction and codependency. If you or anybody needs help with addiction, please feel free to get some professional help. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Tonight, we're going to talk about, are you picking the wrong partner over and over? Damn, I think I might be. Tonight, we're putting ourselves to the test to see if we can finally figure out why we keep picking the wrong partner. Join me on this journey of self-discovery. Did you guys know that nearly 60% of people admit to repeatedly choosing the same type of partner, even after failed relationships? Why do we keep falling for the wrong people again and again? We're going to dive into one of the most frustrating patterns in relationships. Why do we keep choosing the wrong partners? If you've ever asked yourself, why do I always end up here? This episode is for you. Get comfortable, let's listen. I like a certain type of guy, certain type of man. Shoulders strong, bald, chocolate, short and stocky. I've tried dating different types of men, but for some reason, my blood only boils for that certain type. If you add a little danger side to him, egotistical, confident, I'm falling down that wrong tunnel every single time. And let's be honest, noticing our patterns in love is hard. It's easy to blame bad luck, timing, or even your exes, but what if the common denominator is you? People often find themselves in the same kind of relationship dynamic. Maybe it's emotionally unavailable partners, codependent relationships, or even constant conflict. Like you're not having a good relationship unless there's a problem. It's very toxic, and every time we tell ourselves, next time it will be different, but it rarely is. The impact? Frustration, heartbreak, burnout. And eventually you start to question your own ability to choose or trust. Love bugs, recognizing these patterns is crucial, not just for your love life, but for your self-worth, your peace, and your long-term happiness. So, why do we do this? Let's talk about it. There are a few big reasons. Attachment styles. If you grew up with inconsistent love, you might unconsciously seek out partners who replicate that experience. It feels familiar, not necessarily healthy. Attachment styles describe how individuals tend to form relationships and emotional bonds with others. These styles are categorized into secure, anxious, avoidant, and disorganized. Understanding these styles can provide insight into how people approach relationships, including intimacy, dependence, and independence. I have an episode about attachment styles. Get on my YouTube page and check them out. And we kind of break down what each attachment style means. Unresolved trauma or past experiences. Sometimes we repeat dynamics trying to fix what was broken in childhood. We choose what feels known, not what's best. Societal conditioning. Movies, social media, even family expectations tell us what love should look like. We internalize that, even when it doesn't serve us. Social conditioning, societal conditioning, are gender roles. From a young age, children are often socialized into different expectations based on their gender, which can limit their choices and opportunities. Education and career paths. Social conditioning can influence our choices about what to study and what career path to pursue, often based on societal expectations about what is successful. If you come from a certain part of town, it might be expected of you to be a doctor, a lawyer, a banker. If you come from another side of town, you might be expected to be a drug dealer or a scammer. And so those are really big things that shapes us to choose our partners. And so you got to be self-aware with that. Consumerism. Advertisement and media often reinforce the ideas that material possessions and a certain lifestyle are necessary for happiness and success. And political views. Family, friends, and media can influence our political opinions and beliefs, shaping our understanding of current events and our views on social issues. And what about low self-esteem, love bugs? This was a big one for me when I had my breakup. My self-esteem was super low. So when you don't believe you deserve more, you won't choose more. We're not always aware of it, but our brain has a type, and it's often based on what is already seen. even if it wasn't good for us. Remember, we all come with pasts, and just think about how you would accept someone. Then they will do the same. Never carry shame from your past. It is what it is. Just learn from it and move on. All right, I was looking at the lowest type of guy because I figured I had all these legal problems and shit. And why would somebody like a high quality man want to deal with a woman like that? But I had to work on my self-esteem and realize that I'm a beautiful person and that if somebody likes me enough, we're willing to accept that. So always remember that. And here's the breakthrough. Awareness changes everything, love bugs. When you start recognizing the why behind your choices, you take back your power. You realize you're not bad at love. You're not unlucky. You've been on autopilot, and now you can drive. Learn how to drive, huh? If we break habitual patterns and we recognize ingrained thought patterns, because it all starts from our thought process, awareness allows us to identify and challenge negative or limiting beliefs. If we overcome biases, which we all have, even subconsciously, if you become aware of those biases, we can make more objective judgments and decisions. Resisting reactivity. Self-awareness can help us avoid reacting impulsively and instead choose to respond thoughtfully. It's not about blaming yourself, it's about understanding yourself. Heck yeah, and that's self-awareness. That's the first step toward growth and toward choosing someone who truly aligns with you. You'd be good at choosing a partner once you become self-aware and understand that some of those biases and some of those societal expectations are just, you don't need any of those. You make your own choices and what you want and what you need. So here's what we learned tonight. We repeat patterns because of deep-rooted emotional wiring, but once we become aware of those patterns, we can interrupt them. I like that, interrupt them. And that's when we finally start building healthier, more fulfilling relationships. Heck yeah, I'm tired of choosing the same old partner over and over again. I mean, I'm kind of shallow in that way. I like what I like, but I got to make sure I check what's inside first, maybe not what's outside. Those shoulders, man, those shoulders get me every time. I want to hear from you. Have you ever noticed a pattern in your relationships? Drop it in the comments. And if you're ready to break this cycle and build stronger connections, check out my next episode on how to build secure attachment in relationships. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share this with someone who needs to hear it. Show others and yourself empathy this week. And until next time, I'm out.